Spooktober.
Welcome to Pot of Thunder, the recognized symbol of excellence in rock and roll podcasting, brought to you by Blue Microphones. They look great. They sound even better. And you know who I am.
I wanna get a job on a rock and roll time.
Well, bless my soul, rock and roll. Andy, podcast producer, watch and go. Steer the show, Andy, podcast producer. Andy, podcast producer, sure sounds good to me.
Caught me off guard while I was drinking.
The bless my soul, rock and roll will always get me.
Yeah, that's always
Greatest
funny.
line in rock and roll history, possibly. Just the way that's...
Well,
bless my soul,
Yep.
rock and... It's incredible.
Unbeatable.
Yeah, it truly is.
It is. Well, yeah, that's right. It's me. It's your buddy, Andy, America's little brother. As always, I'm joined by this man who's about to dance for you. Would you like to see him dance? I think you would.
Dancing his way across the podcast studio. Ladies and gentlemen, Leon Redbone has entered the program.
Nick's dressed up for Halloween.
He is.
I am.
Nick Pollock as Leon Redbone. Oh, he took his hat
I
off.
take the hat off and put on the cans.
Where'd you get that hat? New hat?
No, this is for a couple years ago. I got it for a costume.
What was that one?
No, it's weird, obscure.
All right, you don't have to say.
Well, I'll tell you.
If it's some racist costume, we don't want to hear about it. I'm kidding.
Oh, we do want to hear
clearly-
about it, actually.
I'm kidding. I just wanted to say that so he would have to tell us. Well, if it's your racist Halloween costume, then keep it to yourself.
I thought all that material was in the pre-show, but
Oh.
anyway.
Okay.
It's actually we had the old when was Giant Purple People Eater, like the 50s probably.
Yeah.
There's a song called Pink Shoelaces.
Okay.
Tan shoes and pink shoelaces. Da, 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 da. And I dressed as the description of the guy in that song.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me about that. So that hat has served you well.
Big Panama with the purple hat band, which I don't have on it right now. But yeah.
What is that, black?
Yeah, it's
Or
like
brown?
a little belt thing. Yeah, like a brown.
Dark brown?
belt thing.
Very nice. Look at you. Wonderful costume. Chris and I didn't dress up.
Your sweater is...
That's true. It's festive. I wore that to work today.
Did you?
Yeah. Halloween cat
Good for
sweater.
you.
Yeah. Why not?
Let them know.
And 2 Nicks left. You want him. We got him.
Chris can have it, il peut l'avoir. Pa 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 pa.
Fuck you.
Get out of his way. Oh.
Wow.
Had to do a Halloween type thing there.
See, now that's an appropriate take on my theme music, because we have a fourth person on the show tonight who is probably the biggest Talking Heads fan I've ever known.
Really?
So, yeah,
No
it works
kidding.
out pretty well.
Interesting.
Wow.
Huge fan of the Heads in college, for sure. So
Yeah. Still a fan.
Well, welcome back, Chris Brown.
look at
Yes. He's here.
Thanks for having me back, guys.
you.
We're very excited to have you. Everybody loves you every time you're on. I think today will be no different.
Well, this is turning into a tradition, much like a Codalesque sort of turn for Spooktober, whereas Tom is always on the show during September. This is the second year in a row we've had Chris on for Spooktober.
And I'm glad that you've been able to turn your life around after battering that woman in your sports car many years ago. Oh, wait, I'm hearing word from our producer that this is Chris Brown of the Dirty Crash, not the woman battering rapper.
Right.
Sorry.
It happens all the time.
Clarification.
Yeah.
When Chris L. asked me if I wanted to be on the show, the first thing I thought was, okay, what drummer died? I better start
Right.
doing my research. And then I like, oh no, it's Spooktober. Okay, that makes more sense.
Well, as you'll see or hear soon, the song choice is definitely required Mr. Brown to be on the show. So he knows the song. He doesn't know what it is yet, but obviously he definitely knows the song. He will be grinning ear to ear when I reveal it here shortly.
That's exciting.
Right. I'm very excited.
So what is it? The day this is out is the day before Halloween, huh?
It is.
So this is the fourth and final Spooktober.
Fourth and final Spooktober.
And no theme months until February.
Correct.
Jeez. It's a weird time.
Which, by the way, I've landed on my February pick. That happened this week.
Really?
Something came up on Shuffle, and I'm like, that's it. Carve it in stone. It's happening.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, I'm already looking forward to that. But this is going to be a good one because, like I said, Mr. Brown will be extremely pleased with this selection. And it absolutely fits the theme in a number of ways. So I feel pretty good about it.
I'm very curious now. I've got some ideas, but I'll keep them to myself for now.
Yeah, I would. It would be kind of a bummer if you were just to outright guess it before I revealed it. You might have an inkling of what it is, but I think, just to hear the reveal, you will be very, very pleased.
All right.
Awesome.
Well,
but first,
there has to be another reveal. Nick has a bag.
Do we have a bag?
Looks like a dish with a bag. That looks like it's baked. So you know what?
Who wants to eat dainties? Who wants to eat baked treats with me?
And just in case if you were wondering, in the Purple People Eater song, the one line that's indeterminable is reverb on the fly is what was sung there. Which is
how does it sound?
Reverb on the fly. It's with the high voice, but it's
really
that's what I said in it.
Oh,
in tribute to you, you like to
yes.
hit that reverb on the fly.
That's what it was. Okay, I thought you meant in the real song. I was going to say, why would they say that?
No, that wouldn't make any sense.
So when they say we wear short shorts or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like short shorts.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
So what do we got there, Nick?
What do we got here?
I kept it simple. I've been doing candy all month. Basically, we've just got a hunk of white chocolate here. But
that's it?
As you can see,
hunk of chocolate.
Oh, look at that!
We've got our solo album. I don't know if you can hold that up for the viewers at home.
Let me get a picture of it first.
I can't see this. Hold on.
Should I take them out of there?
No. Keep them in there for now.
What the hell? I see. Oh my god!
It's showing up.
That's amazing.
See if we can show the viewers possibly.
Yeah, we could show that. 1 second.
I'll hold it up in a.
Did you draw those?
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you bring in an artist?
No, I was...
Here, let me do this.
Did you take it to Cakes by Karen over in Highland here?
Here, let me do this. I'll put it on...
Look at that.
Look at that. There it is. Look at that. Look at that.
There's us, yeah.
What did you draw that with?
Not unlike the mural.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Brown's the one who sent us that mural picture today from Berwyn. And,
that's right.
Kind of looks similar.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
It's just
handiwork there.
And that's chocolate, huh? The drawing?
Yeah.
You drew with regular chocolate.
Let's see if I can do it without dropping
I thought it was like a food coloring from a distance, but no, it's just a white piece of chocolate with some brown chocolate with it. I don't even want to eat it. I might put it in my freezer.
You could put it in the freezer pretty much forever, I guess.
The three of us have now been immortalized on cookies, so you can pretty much just call it quits at this point.
Yeah,
it's not going to get any better from here.
No, that's it.
Oh, that looks great.
Yeah, I'm going to put that in the freezer forever, like that frozen chocolate boob we had in our freezer growing up.
Was it chocolate?
I think it was.
Did you try it?
I don't think so. I mean, I just assumed. What do you think it was? A popsicle?
Oh, probably white chocolate.
Yeah, it was a boob. A white chocolate boob.
No, not a dumb. You mean a dumb guy?
Well, now that's what this is. A different boob.
This will be a different boob in there.
Yeah.
Here, I'll take them out of the plastic.
Yeah, I don't even know if I want to eat mine.
Yeah.
So there you go.
You should have done a worse job because then we'd want to eat them. Yeah. Now we just want to keep them forever.
Is that a sugar cookie, Nick? What do you got?
No, it's really, I just melted down some the white almond bark.
It's just white chocolate.
Yeah, just white chocolate. Poured it into a ramekin, let it harden.
Ramekin. Haven't heard that word since Applebee's.
Yeah, that was a big word at the Hard Rock too. I think any fast casual chain restaurant, it's a part of the vernacular.
Oh yeah, ramekin.
Did they have ramekins at Eau Famille, Brown, when you worked there?
Oh yeah.
What's that place?
I've had my ramekin experience.
It's over in the Webster, Halstead area.
Yeah, they're not there. This was an Italian restaurant I worked at in the 90s.
Okay.
Back in the city.
What was it called? Eau Famille?
Eau Famille.
That's not nice.
It was after the M fell off the sign at one point. It was Eau Famille.
All right.
Now we got an explicit rating.
Yep, we did.
Great.
Yeah, we were trying to get that clean rating, as they call it.
Yeah, well, whatever. Another shortcoming of the show here.
Well, before we get into the episode, I want to read you a little piece of mail that we got that's directed at Nick, it seems like.
Uh-oh.
Dear Boners, congratulations to Nick for winning Spooktober with Alice Cooper's He's Back.
Spooktober ain't over yet, asshole.
The man behind the mask. To thank him for picking my submission, I made this tribute to him. I tried to mix my vocals with an instrumental of this song, but I can't hit that key, so unfortunately, you will have to settle for vocals only. Congrats again. Best, Bob Caruso. Here we go. Let's see what he sent us.
Bought a beat-up pumpkin from a second-hand store. Didn't know how to play it, but he knew for sure.
What is that?
That one pumpkin felt good in his hand.
Jesus.
Didn't take long to understand. That one pumpkin slung way down low was a one-way ticket. Only one way to go. So we start spooking. I ain't never gonna stop. Gotta keep on spooking. Someday gonna make it to the top and be a Spooktober hero. Got pumpkins in his eyes. He's a Spooktober hero. He'll come alive tonight.
Just listen to a man coming completely unraveled before your very ears.
We don't have to take his shit.
Thank you, Bob Caruso, for brightening our day. Thank you. Excellent vocal.
And to think, I said the word, I referred to him as an asshole before I knew it was him. It was just natural. I sensed it was a Caruso joint coming my way.
You knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was very well done, Bob. Thank you. Excellent work. He's got pumpkins in his eyes. So, Nick, apparently you won without Chris having a second.
To be fair, if last week quote unquote won, I really had little to do with it. So Bob is congratulating himself in front of everybody.
That's true. That's what it is, isn't it?
Bob is that meme of the guy with the champagne who's he's giving the finger to everybody in one panel. He's got the champagne going, and they zoom out, and he's not even on the podium, I think.
Oh, okay. Just some guy.
Not saying that he's not on the podium in this case, but
having his own celebration.
He's what was that guy's name? That Russian figure skater who lost the gold and then had a platinum medal made and awarded it to himself.
My idol. Who is this? Victor Petrenko?
I remember it happening. I can't think of the name.
I can't think of his last name.
What year?
Oh, man. I'm thinking 20 years ago or so.
Okay, I don't remember.
Ish. It's like Shevchenko, or it was the last name like that. But
some hero.
But I remember he launched a website, and
this guy's a global icon.
And he awarded himself the platinum medal because he felt he got robbed of the gold.
Okay,
he was.
That's what Bob's doing here. I don't know.
All right, so let's find out what this week's song is. Chris is bringing it to the show. Chris, is there anything you want to say before we do the reveal here?
No, just I think we should get right into it. It's a bit lengthy, so let's just charge through it.
All right, let's turn the microphone over to Chris Jericho.
All right, Harold. This one's called
Burn the Flames
off of
Don't Slander Me
By the band
Roky Erickson.
All right. You know what? So this was one that I thought might be that we might be talking about, but I would have sworn you would have already done this song at some point.
No,
so that's why
I completely forgotten about it, and it popped into my head because the reason why it popped into my head was because this episode's coming out on October 30th, the night before Halloween, which in Detroit and probably elsewhere, but was known as Devil's Night. And it was also the night of the year when they essentially torched the entire city for 20 years straight. And just thinking about that made the phrase "burn the flames" pop into my head, and here we are.
Here we are. And for us suburban kids, we wouldn't necessarily burn down things, but we would just go out with eggs and toilet paper and do a little less serious vandalism.
There was the occasional flaming bag of dog shit. Did
you ever do that?
Porch. Yeah, we did it a few times. Worked like a charm.
Where'd you get the dog shit from? Family dog? Someone in the group had a dog?
Somebody had a source for the dog shit. I was
gonna say, if you didn't have a dog, it had to be human.
Well,
that could be possible.
That's possible.
I don't know why it has to be dog, but yeah.
Well, the dog shit. Well, yeah. No, you're right. That's a good point. It doesn't really have to be dog shit, but nobody really had the nads to do human shit in that thing. But yeah, flaming bag of shit. Somebody sees in their porch. You know, your instinct is to stamp it out with your foot. And therein lies the joke.
Mm-hmm.
So
I only know that from Billy Madison.
It was a thing.
Yeah. So that was going on. So Devil's Night, huh?
That's what they called it in Detroit, and I'm sure that they called it that way elsewhere. And I don't think the arsons are quite as prevalent as they used to be, simply because there's not much left to torch.
Everything's gone.
Yeah, all the abandoned properties have been lit to the ground. But
you don't want your community garden, your communal garden, to go up in smoke. I guess
people are protective of that stuff, apparently. So,
well, this year there was somebody who was burning and destroying Halloween decorations in Chicago. I don't know if you guys saw that. He just got arrested, but it was like
going into people's yards.
There was like 12 cases, and he even burnt a couple houses, not all the way down, but because he was burning their decorations on their porches at night, and some houses caught on fire.
What happened, I guess.
Yeah, but it was like some dumb thing where this idiot was going around doing this over and over.
Well, in keeping with the theme, we have Burn the Flames tonight, which also keeping with Halloween was not only on a Roky Erickson album, but it was also on the soundtrack to the 1985 horror movie The Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah, that's how. That's how I first heard it, because our friend Ben, who is a big horror film buff, played this movie, and then he had this soundtrack, and it's a great movie. Actually, it's campy as hell, but it's a good 80s horror flick. It's a classic. Yeah. And it's got a really good soundtrack, like legitimately good, like sort of punk rocky. I think The Damned and a couple other like legit bands are on the soundtrack, including this song.
And this song was to the closing credits, right? Isn't that?
It was sort of the denouement. Yeah, it might have been over the closing credits, but it was also over sort of the scene where where one of the zombies self-incinerates himself. In order. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, you're right. At the soundtrack, you got The Damned, you've got TSOL, The Cramps.
What's the movie called again?
Return of the Living Dead.
Return. Okay.
Yes.
Because what?
So the cool thing about this movie,
those, right? Night of and Return of and Long Live or whatever. There's a whole bunch of those, isn't there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the thing I remember about this movie that was different is that this was the first one where the zombies were fast, right? Like they weren't like lumbering and like rigor mortis-y. They would like come at you in swarms, and so that was sort of jarring and different. Yeah, and the whole thing was like supposedly like the punk rock zombie movie. Whatever.
There you go.
Interesting. And this is what year? 1989?
1985. The movie came out, and then this came out on an Erickson album in 1986. So.
Okay.
those who do not know Roky Erickson, he was a member of a pioneering psychedelic rock group called the 13th Floor Elevators from way back in the 60s, I believe.
I did not know that, and I do not know him as a solo artist, so this is all going to be new for me.
Same here.
But yeah, the just as you'll hear, the vocal delivery and just the overall composition of the song just draws you in immediately. It's both jarring, amusing, riveting, all of it wrapped into one.
Wow. Oh, and it is pretty long. 6:09.
Oh, geez.
It's all right. I'm sure it's worth it.
Well, the middle section, there's some instrumental soloing going on. You can probably just let that roll and comment over it. But the key thing is his vocal delivery and the lyrics, I think. And yeah, definitely a weird guy. Had some mental illness issues. Apparently.
Really?
Yeah. Possibly brought on by drug use. Who knows? But
Well, I'm seeing a review. I'm on his Wikipedia page, and I'm seeing that "Burn the Flames" was called, quote, "good, clean, Halloweenish fun," end quote.
see, there you go.
Perfect.
Fits the theme. Nobody can accuse me otherwise. So
Let me
feeling
read
good
you
about it.
Let me read you what I see here on the Apple Music description for this album. It says, most of Erickson's solo output consists of recordings of dubious fidelity, but Don't Slander Me was recorded in a professional recording studio with an engineer who knew how the equipment worked.
Imagine that.
So, are you familiar with his other solo stuff? Is it
Not really.
as bad, poorly recorded as they're saying? You don't know?
I never really delved into it.
You know, he actually died just a couple years ago or a few years ago, and I went back and listened to some of his stuff. Yeah, and some of it's pretty raw. And he was like in and out of institutions, and so some of this, like, he recorded himself, like from mental hospitals and things like that.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I mean, the 13th Floor Elevators, I think, were at one time considered a pretty legitimate, like, psychedelic rock band, and then he went nuts basically, and that kind of ended that. And but he came back and forth in and out through the years, and I think at the end was actually like relatively coherent and performing later part of his life. So
Yeah.
So
interesting character.
He's a singer. Is he also an instrumentalist of some sort?
I think I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I think I don't know like what his specialty was, but yeah, he played instruments. He played probably piano and guitar too.
I just didn't know if he was on stage, is he playing the guitar and singing, or is he just a vocalist, or we don't even know?
Yeah, definitely seen pictures of him with guitars.
Okay.
I'd never heard of him, but just some of the description I'm getting, and musically it might be a lot different. I'm getting Daniel Johnston. I don't know if you guys are
Totally.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm on the right track a little bit there.
Yeah, I think so. Even their vocal delivery is similar.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Or yeah, you tell me if you think that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking this dude up too. Anyway, I guess some of us will be discovering this fella together, and some of you know him quite well.
He's an interesting figure, but this is just the lyrics from this song. I would just recite them at random occasionally to this day. Just it's amusing to me, and yeah, it's the vocal delivery and the lyrics that just draw you in. At least that's what it did to me and Brown when Ben played this movie and soundtrack for us back in the day.
Oh, last question. Where's this guy from? Do you know?
Austin, Dallas, Texas born, and he passed away in Austin.
Okay.
So he's an American guy, Texas guy.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want to say before we get started?
Let's dive in.
Roll it.
All right, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with Burn the Flame.
Here I sit, a vampire,
Not quite sure what to make of it, but it's I noticed that let me get back to the Wikipedia page for this album, but I didn't somebody related to Jefferson Airplane had
Jack
something
Cassidy,
to do with it?
yeah, is the bass player.
Okay, because the little I know of them, I can kind of hear that sort of sound going on to it.
Yeah, it's a psychedelic
Which is-
rock.
yeah.
They were all in that same acid rock that it was originally called, and all in that same wheelhouse.
And the very vibrato-y, kind of spoken word, not really melodic at all, but a sort of a spoken word thing, which makes me think a little bit of White Rabbit.
Yeah.
Just a strange spoken sort of thing happening there. And the vibrato, that's the second second vocalist we've had this month that we've listened to that has very prominent vibrato. The other being Jello Biafra.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and clearly the engineer did in fact know how to use the equipment in the recording studio. It's nicely recorded,
Yeah.
With some nice fidelity to it, punchy, everything clear. It's a nice listen.
And the eyes that stare through the darkness, though they have no form, there's no need for alarm. So burn, so burn, burn the flames higher.
I could totally hear this being featured in a horror movie.
It's kind of theatrical, the vocal
Very much.
delivery.
It is, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say the scene, or one of the scenes where this is used, it's very dramatic. One of the characters, if I recall, it's been a long time, but one of the characters realizing he's become a zombie or has become a zombie, like pushes himself into a crematorium thing at a funeral home, and as the flames are going up, this chorus is playing over that scene. And the song and the all, you don't hear any other noise in the scene. You just hear like this song getting louder and louder. It's used to great effect, in other words.
And higher. So burn, burn the flames. Never to expire. Here I sit a skeleton.
I'm getting like a more tame delivery, but I'm getting like an Arthur Brown sort of feel going on here. A bit more subdued. Arthur Brown.
Yeah. It's way more subdued, but that's a good comparison. Yeah,
I'm getting a little bit of David Bowie rock and roll suicide.
All right,
these are all good things that we're saying about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
we're not comparing him to Vince Neil or anything like that.
Yeah, Vince Neil 2022.
Yeah.
Arthur Brown also had a thing for fire, as we know.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
and other things, but
going mad.
Right.
But, once we'd seen this and heard this in college, I mean, it's at various times any one of us just be walking around the flop house off campus and just out of the nowhere just go, so burn the flames, just singing it at random. I still do it to this day. It's hilarious. It just cracked me up from the first time I heard it, and it still does to this day.
Skeleton at my organ. The candles in my candelabra burn hellishly, hellish hell. And the laughter unending echoes through the haunted house. A little Christmas spirit, ghostly, haunting, deadly spirit. Every creature is stirring. Even a mouse. So burn.
guest vocal from Juan Cruchet there. How they got him in 1986, he was in demand as Rat was probably at their apex, but good to hear him in a guest, uncredited guest vocal on there. Maniacal laughter.
Was this typical of his output? This style of like the spoken word.
I think he
sort
did.
Of thing?
Yes, although he did do like normal like love songs and stuff like that too. But there was the supernatural, the psychedelic, the macabre, that kind of thing. There's definitely songs that have that theme. This is probably the most, at least that I'm aware of, the most in that direction. But he had that thread going through a lot of his music.
So burn the flames higher, 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 and higher. So burn the flames, never to expire.
I like that solo.
That was some
good tone,
some shred happening.
Yeah,
there.
I'm trying to find out who that was. There's no real credits in the Wikipedia entry for this album, but yeah, no, it's nice playing.
Burn the flames higher, 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 and higher. So burn the flames, never to expire. Here I sit myself at my instruments. Here they sit at their instruments, and the music fills and fills, terrifies, horrifies, forever scares. The children of the night, what music we make. So burn. So burn the flames.
There's something to like the comedy rule of repetition that it's making me. It's amusing.
You're laughing every
it's
time he
amusing
says,
me more and more.
Burn the flame.
Well,
Burn the
it's the
flames.
same reaction I had. It's just funny, and it's from a horror movie, and it's kind of a creepy vibe to the song, but just the tone of his voice and the inflection of that line and the repetition of it. It's fucking hilarious.
Higher and higher. So burn the flames, never to expire.
looked up the guitar player.
Okay.
From what I can gather, it's a guy named Dwayne Aslickson.
Aslickson.
Aslaxon.
Okay.
Aslaxon. I don't know.
Excellent. Yeah.
It's a strange last name there. Apparently, his nickname was Bird, or is Bird. I don't know if he's
Bird
still...
Aslick.
Well,
Bird Aslick.
I guess I should have kept the song going. No, I just see him as being part of Roky Erickson and the Aliens. That's. I don't see him as part of anything else.
And I have Stu Cook from CCR who was playing bass on the prior album. I don't know if he's on this album as well, but the band is ripping though, man.
Yeah.
Whoever it is, they're just like having a lot of fun back there.
I was going to ask you, do you know who the drummer is or no? We don't know anything about these.
The aliens.
Paul Zoll.
These are fake people. I think. Yeah, he just made up names.
Paul Le Beast Zoll.
Really? Everyone has a nickname?
I guess.
One is Ass Licker, the other's the Beast.
And it looks like it's Jack Cassidy.
Yeah,
On
apparently
bass.
he's on the bass on this album. Yeah. And formidable bass player for sure, that guy was.
Yeah.
Who's he from?
He was from Jefferson Airplane, but he was definitely in that sort of Jack Bruce, Andy Frazier camp of the late 60s, just like really forward, like prominent, almost soloing bass players.
Yeah.
That was seemed to be a thing. You know, Phil Lesh of the Dead was kind of the same way. It just seemed to be a thing with, you know, people who did drugs and listened to music. They wanted to hear some heavy duty bass playing. So
did he stick around for the Starship?
It says that he was part of it.
Oh, good.
He was not for most of the I don't even, is that even true?
What?
That he was actually in the Starship incarnation? I don't think that's true.
Was he in Mannequin 2 is the question everybody wants to know.
From what I'm seeing, he's listed as a member of Jefferson Starship. I don't know when or how long, but
he was definitely out before the, you know, we built this city and nothing's going to stop us now incarnation. In fact, he was out of it before, like with the Jane incarnation and stuff like that. Him and Jorma Kaukonen was the guitar player. They clearly saw where the airplane was headed, and they formed a band of their own called Hot Tuna.
Oh, okay. I've heard of Hot Tuna. That's who that was.
That's who they...
I had no idea.
Andy had clear disdain in his voice when Jefferson Starship was brought up. I don't know if anybody else
detected asking a question.
That. And he said, "Oh, good." Clear disdain.
It's just,
I don't know what Andy has against them.
I don't really have anything against them. It just seemed like Jefferson Airplane was sort of in on the ground floor of a movement, and Jefferson Starship was just shit pop of the time.
Oh yeah.
So
totally.
Like if it was like Nirvana that turned into Disturbed or something.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that the before Mickey Thomas, right? Yeah. So I was going to say before Mickey Thomas, I can't remember who the singer was, but the guy opposite Grace Slick, they had a song. Is it? If only you believe in miracles or something like that. It was pretty good, like 70s middle of the road radio fare. And then Mickey Thomas joined, and then they had some pretty good hard rock tunes of that late 70s, like Jane and Find Your Way Back and stuff like that. But then, much like Steve Perry's influence on Journey at the time, another Bay Area band, Mickey Thomas just sort of exerted his will and influence on the band, and that's how you get We Built This City and Sarah and Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now and all that stuff.
Sarah's a guilty pleasure of mine.
Yeah, I mean, for what it is, it's not a bad song.
Big fan of that song. One of the cheesiest sounding songs ever, but still a big fan.
Well, and our Brown and I's a longtime bass player since we were in college. Ken, his wife's name is Sarah. Whenever she'd come around, one or more of us would start singing that song in her presence. Or would go up to her and ask her, "Are there storms brewing in your eyes by chance?" And so we got a lot of mileage out of that.
Right.
Right. We've only got a little bit left to go here, so let's.
Went by quick.
It did. There's 37 seconds to go, so here we go.
Juan Cruchet back in the mix. Ass liquor getting his final shots in on the fade out.
Yeah, he was. There you have it.
Good stuff.
Burn the Flames.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what that meant because it's an odd way to say.
Yeah,
it is.
Burn something.
At first, I thought Chris made a mistake when he said. I thought like it's probably fan the flames or something.
Yeah, like that would make. That's a phrase that's more common.
And occasionally, when we would sing these, we would improvise the lyrics. We'd say "burn to flames," "burn in flames," just various switching out of the middle word to whatever to suit our fancy at the time. But yes, it is "burn the flames."
All right. Well, Chris, you brought it to the show. So you're going to have to vote Sweet Surrender or Kick in the Crotch.
Sweet Surrender for sure.
It's Sweet Surrender. Hell yes.
Yeah, huge fan of this. Like Brown said, the first time our friend Ben played it for us. Can't remember if it was just a straight soundtrack or we were watching the movie, but just instantly grabs you with that vocal tone and delivery, and just... it's both weird and highly amusing at the same time, and it's just been burned in my memory ever since. So, big fan.
All right. Nick?
I'll give it a Sweet Surrender as well.
It's Sweet Surrender. Hell yes.
It's something that I mean I'm familiar with this sort of delivery. It's kind of like a Leonard Cohen-ish, Lou Reed at times also.
Yeah,
thinking the Lulu album sort of thing. I don't know, not something that a style that I listen to, but I mean the weird poetry kind of jarring stuff. I mean we keep mentioning it's part of a horror movie. It makes perfect sense. That's I would say exactly where it belongs, like a horror movie or like a David Lynch movie. Like it's just that's where this style of music seems to really set a mood, which that's what music is trying to do, so it succeeds in that regard.
Chris B, Sweet Surrender or Kick in the Crotch?
Sweet Surrender, please.
It's Sweet Surrender. Hell yes.
Yeah, I mean, ripping band behind him, whoever they are, and it sounds at times like he's almost like stream of consciousness, like trying to throw out every horror related thing he can think of. But I liked it, Ben, he used to play this. He had a little like cheap record player, and he would just like put this on, and then like when the song would end, he'd pick up the needle and then go put it back on there.
He would.
He lived in the dorm room next to me, so like I would hear this thing coming through the wall all the time. So I love this song for years, and anytime I see a bonfire or light a charcoal grill or see a car on fire or whatever, I immediately just say to myself, "Burn the flame." Hiya.
And
so yeah,
and
great
hiya.
And hiya.
All right, my turn. I'm giving it a Sweet Surrender.
It's Sweet Surrender. Hell yes.
I found this to be instantly likable, an odd character, even a weirdo, I would say. But,
Yeah, no question about that.
Who looks like Bob Seger.
He does a little bit, right? In the picture I saw.
Yeah, the album cover.
Yeah. But yeah, I like weirdos, and this guy fits the bill.
He got like electroshock therapy and stuff like that. Like he was like seriously mentally ill, unfortunately. And so his story is very interesting. And he was sort of on that trajectory for some rock and roll notoriety until, he sort of melted down mentally. So
that's too bad. But you know what's good? 4 Sweet Surrenders.
All right, Hammond, I got a question for you.
Nice consolation prize for the mental illness.
And the fact that he's dead
And
now.
he's dead, yes. Sorry, Rocky.
Sorry, Rocky.
Paul Stanley wants to know if Burn the Flames is a rock and roll boner classic, as voted by Leon Redbone and his 3 boners who are in the room today.
Nick doubling down on the Redbone vibes.
Yeah, he is.
So while you guys formulate your votes, something I discovered in the weeks leading up to this episode that Mark Lanigan of Screaming Trees and Mad Season and all these other Seattle bands,
Queens of the Stone Age a little bit too.
Definitely a musician of renown of the 90s and beyond. He did a cover of this song.
I could see that working.
Yeah, I checked it out. It was surprisingly not very interesting. He just kind of did a sort of middle of the road take on it. It didn't have any of the edge or the, off kilter charm of the original. But, for those who are into, the 90s music or fans of Mark Lanigan, you might want to check that out.
It's like the Rascal Flatts version, just doesn't have the bite that the original did.
Yeah, the life is a highway principle. Is there anyone who has a more annoying voice than that guy in the Rascal Flatts? The most nasally vocal sound I think I've ever heard in my life. It's just, how does a guy like that become popular? He's kind of fat and just dopey looking. Have you ever seen that guy?
No.
You've never seen the Rascal Flatts guy?
I haven't either. No.
Just like, how does somebody like this become a huge star? I mean,
major.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, they're huge. I mean, they're not. I don't think they're active anymore, but for a while they were massive.
Oh, they're not active anymore?
I'm not an expert on country.
Oh yeah, they look like dickheads.
Well, the singer especially.
Look at these 3 guys.
Oh yeah, they're complete dorks. I mean, the singer is the guy on the right. I mean, it's absolutely one of the most nondescript people you've ever seen.
There's 3 guys bellied up to a bar somewhere, right? I mean, not even.
Yeah, it's just
in line at the Target.
Yeah, there's no charisma there. I don't get it.
But they all have work done because they have money. You could tell their faces are all
frosted tips on the hair.
Their faces are all pulled back with the devil eyebrows. That happens from that.
The guitarist married a Playmate of the Year. I can't remember which one it was, but Anyway, sorry about that hijack, but
I wonder who.
I could look it up.
I would like to find out. Let's find out.
My vote's in, so I have the time to do this.
Anybody else?
My vote's in.
I'm in.
My vote's in.
We're gonna find out who that
Fella married. Find out.
His name, by the way, well, first of all, the singer, Gary LaVox. Dumb name.
That name sucks.
And the guitar player is Joe Don Rooney.
I love that name.
Yeah, not bad.
Joe Don
Rooney.
That's got pop to it.
Tiffany Fallon, 2005 Playmate of the Year.
I remember her.
How are they doing?
Doesn't say anywhere that they're. Oh wait, the couple separated in 2022.
Oh, come on.
Of course they did.
Coincidentally, right when he got his face pulled back, so having that midlife crisis. But
yep. Oh well.
Although on September 9th, 2021, Joe Don Rooney was arrested for and charged in Tennessee with driving under the influence.
Come on, Joe.
After crashing his vehicle into a tree line.
A tree line.
Maybe Tiffany had enough at that point.
Could be.
Not just a tree.
Tree line.
Tree line.
A line of them.
I've seen
it was clearly spiraling out of control.
Yeah.
I saw someone do that once.
Really?
Take out like a...
Maybe it was Joe Don Rooney.
A parkway.
Yeah.
Take out like a few smaller trees in a row in a parkway.
How do you keep going after the first one?
It's one of the, it's like...
Unconscious, maybe?
Yeah, you think like you're going to hit the brake probably after you hit the first tree. He hit the gas.
That's
he
the way
brought
to go.
it to the floor at that point.
Do you know who it was? Just someone in
No,
front
it
of
was
you?
just it was like 3 a.m.
Ugh.
Pulaski Park, Northampton.
Oh, it was there?
Right behind it.
Oh, like on Dearborn back there, whatever that is.
Yeah.
That street on the, is that the right one?
That's
Grover.
I mean, like Grover, and then it turns.
We're
in
talking
there.
local.
Yeah, but yeah, no.
There's like that skinny parkway between. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Unbelievable.
What were you doing over there at 3 a.m, Nicholas? between our old home and the trailer park. What were you doing at 3 a.m?
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna report a driver who perhaps needed to spend a night in the tank or something.
There's no perhaps. Troubled person.
Yeah, but
had one too many at
line.
Pudlow's and then tried to take the back roads home.
Took the back roads.
Got off the main drag.
At least didn't go through the park. I guess.
True.
I've never seen that happen, thankfully.
It's true. Okay, votes are in. Who's gonna vote first? What's the order here?
Oh, you're the producer. He hates making decisions.
Yeah, did you see anyone who's watching on the video? Saw me close my eyes after I asked because that was me taking a quick nap. But now I have to wake up and make a decision. I'm gonna say Chris, Nick, Andy.
Which Chris goes first?
Chris L, Chris B, Nick J / Leon, then me.
Okay.
I heard that.
So it's rock and roll boner, the 4 words. So
we know how that works.
All right, just making sure.
We're all veterans.
Okay, that's right. Okay, here we go. Rock.
And
I ask your forgiveness. I can't do it.
Oh no.
I enjoyed it, but it's just not my thing. So,
well,
I've never heard it. Glad I heard it. Very interesting.
Fuck you, Nick.
Well,
coming in from the Erickson family, we have some emails.
I could keep trying to defend myself.
Hell no! Trash ass nigga.
Well.
Nick.
Yeah, that's fine.
Andy texted me that he was going to say
What?
that. No, I'm just kidding.
I'd never.
What was did Chris L, did you vote it down last week? Did you vote
I
it down
did.
Nick's? Okay. Now I know where this is coming from.
Yeah, this is
That's
revenge.
not true. That's not true. It's outrageous.
Yeah, it wasn't even Nick's pick. It was Caruso's pick, which is
that's true.
factored into it, believe me. So.
You heard who it was from, and you just
Well, the other thing
axed
about
it.
last week's is what kind of ruined it for me was that stupid video. I think if we didn't have the video watch along, I might have voted differently, but that video is just so stupid. And
That's
cheesy.
true. Sometimes it adds to it. Sometimes it takes away.
It killed it for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I said before that the hook in the chorus is undeniable. I remembered it having not heard the song in probably 30 years, but that video is just so stupid and terrible that it killed it for me.
Stupid and terrible.
It
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Well, if you disagree with us, we're sorry.
That's just the fucking way it is.
Bad news. Bad news for the Erickson family. They almost had it.
Another blow to the Erickson family.
Their ship almost came in.
Good one.
And Nick took Nick took it away. Way to go, Nick. Well, man, I was outside earlier and I kept getting hit in the head, hit in the shoulders, all these things falling off the trees.
Say what?
I was like, what's going on out here? Leaves falling.
Oh,
it's that time of year.
It's everywhere, huh?
Yeah, gotta get the rake out. There's nothing I would prefer shoveling snow, mowing the lawn, pulling weeds, anything to raking the leaves.
Really, you hate it, huh?
It's the worst. There's too many. You do it, as soon as you're done, they're right back. What else is like that? None of it.
You don't like the pretty colors?
I like the pretty colors. I just don't like raking them. I like looking at them and enjoying them.
What do you do after you rake them? Do you burn them? You're not supposed to.
We don't do that.
Do you do it, though?
And no, in our town, I don't know how it works everywhere else, but you just rake them to the front.
To the parkway.
Yeah,
yes.
and then you just leave them, and then they get
suck them up.
Big vacuum comes, sucks them up.
Then you burn them.
Yeah, then they burn them.
So burn.
It's all coming around.
Higher and higher.
So children, don't hide in the leaf piles. You'll get sucked up by the vacuum.
That's true.
Yeah, or back in Detroit, there were incidents of kids playing in the leaf piles and cars fucking driving through there. So
yeah,
it's dangerous.
It is dangerous. I remember some friends doing that same thing, like jumping out, trying to scare people. You're going to get killed.
Yeah.
That's not a good idea.
Yeah, that's
jumping out trying to scare people.
High school people.
What?
You know how our high school,
what would they do?
Make faces at people.
What is it? What?
You know the people I hung out with in high school.
Yeah, but they're more scary in the car.
That's true. That's true.
Behind the wheel.
Yeah, behind the wheel, just looking at them.
In society.
Yes, that's true. But I thought, this is one of the poor decisions that people hear about on the news. This is not great.
Andy hates raking leaves.
Hate it. It's the worst.
If only.
Worst household task.
If only there was a way.
There's not. I'm
with you, Andy.
Yeah?
I agree with you.
You do?
Of all the outdoor tasks,
it's the worst.
Give me anything other than raking.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wait, what's that?
What is that?
What is that?
Oh, he's back. He's back. Oh. Listen to him just working, plugging away, minding his own business.
Saving the day for Andy.
Oh, I wish he was. I wish I really had him. Mr. Rake the Leaves.
He's back.
When is he going to come? I keep hearing about him. He's back, but he's never in my yard. I need him. I need this robotic,
he's all year round
character.
Mythical character of a robotic leaf raking machine.
Is there a Mr. Clean the Leaves out of your gutters?
Oh, even
that's
worse.
the worst. That to me is the worst household thing because, like you said, you clean it one day, the next day they're full again, and you have to do it for like 2 months straight. It's a pain in the ass. Plus, you're up on a ladder. All sorts of mayhem can ensue from that.
I can't even get on our second story. I don't know how.
Oh no, no, like this higher part around above my garage. I don't fuck with that. The rest of it I can get to.
Yeah.
But no, absolutely not.
Yeah. Do you ever have anyone pay anyone to do it or no?
Yeah, occasionally I
Once in a
have
while,
to. It gets full. There aren't as many trees, fortunately, around the higher portion of the house, but around like over the kitchen and stuff, I'm up on the ladder on the weekends cleaning it out. The next weekend I'm back up there. It's worse than it was when I cleaned it out the first time. It's terrible.
I hear those leaf guard things.
They don't do anything.
They're horse shit, right?
No,
that's what I hear.
Because when the leaves fall on them, get heavy, they just cave them right in. There's
and
no
they're
solution.
Not cheap either.
No, they're not cheap.
Just throwing your money away.
No.
Nick, get with your scientist friends and get Mr. Scoop the Gutter. because that's the worst. That might be even worse. You're right, Chris.
Yeah,
that's my least favorite one. Yeah.
Terrible stuff. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with a yard o' questions.
I don't get yards of questions. Motherfucker, I give them.
Sing away.
Yes, Chief.
You guys see the Phillies are out of the playoffs?
Yeah. They blew it.
I didn't see.
Bunch of losers.
Man, oh man.
You know, I'm just saying that because I've talked about this privately with a couple friends. But,
Bill Burr over here.
Well, no. I'm going to run down the whole city. No, I haven't been paying attention, but just on the things you see, like peripherally while you're looking through social media, I assume that the Phillies were in the World Series already, the way people were celebrating. They got eliminated. These windbags in Philadelphia couldn't shut up about the Phillies, and they jinxed it. They're out.
Yeah, they bought too much into their alleged home field advantage, and they blew the last two games at home. So, yeah.
Embarrassing.
They got served.
Haven't heard that expression in a long time.
They got served?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while. Welcome that one back.
It applies. They got totally served. They just, like you said, they thought they had in the bags. They were coming back to the bank, and they lost 2 in a row.
Chris, are you a Tigers fan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, unfortunately, right? It's been a tough run for the Tigers, but yeah, I'm still hanging on to those Detroit teams as well. Just like Chris L.
Yeah, it's going to be 40 years since they last won the World Series next year.
Wow.
We were seniors in high school, Chris L.
We were.
When that happened. Yeah.
That's a good
Went
time.
to a lot of games. Yeah, it was a good time.
Wondrous time, yes.
That's a great age for a championship.
Yeah, and the years leading up to it, too, and they were sort of building toward it, you know. It was good times.
All right, we got a yard of questions from Tanis O'Connell.
Hey.
What up, Tanis? Question 1. When is the last time a song gave you goosebumps? For me, Slash has gotten me twice recently. When the main riff hit in Slither last time I heard it, and the November Rain solo got me yesterday.
That is a good question.
I'll go first because I don't know if it's the song or the performance, but I recently, on just surfing YouTube, came across David Bowie's performance of Heroes at Live Aid, and I think it gave me goosebumps. It definitely stirred something in me. It was a great performance, great song, and something moved, I think. So,
yeah, that's a good one. I mean, totally rose to the occasion on that one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it wasn't Queen level performance, but he was definitely...
It was close. I mean,
it was pretty close.
That song is pretty majestic, and given the event, it just fit perfectly.
Totally.
I don't know if it was the last time, but along those lines, if you've never heard George Michael's rendition of The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, and you have any doubts about the talent of that guy, listen to it. It's one of the most stirring vocal performances I've ever heard. Just incredible. That one just definitely stands out as one that gave me chills, gave me goosebumps, and that's the one that's springing to mind for me.
Nick?
You know, I'm looking at my playlist to see what's happened in recent months. I found one. Let's see. I think it was the last episode that we did with Jericho as a guest. And the Yard of Questions had to do with Canadian bands, like favorite Canadian bands. And the one I went with was Glass Tiger. And just kind of went, and after that, then they were on my mind a little bit, so I went and listened to some of their stuff and discovered a sort of ballady song, but I think just it was first time or at least I remembered hearing it, and it's called Looking at a Picture. So Glass Tiger, Looking at a Picture. That one, first time I hit play on it, I was like, okay, this is one of those songs that goes on the playlist. I'm going to listen to it over and over for a few days probably.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, really, really nice one.
Question 2. The 3 boners in Jericho, let's say 4 boners in Jericho, are stuck in a horror movie being chased by Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers. Pick your poison. Who gets taken out first and who makes it out alive, if anyone?
Should we go with Chris Brown instead of Chris Jericho in this case?
Sure.
Yeah, I think we should change it.
I was going to say Jericho's the only one who has any chance of making it out alive,
I was going to say,
right?
Yeah, we're all toast.
Yeah.
I would be running at them to eat me or whatever they do.
They'd be freaked out and just kind of run past you.
This guy wants us to eat him. We don't eat anyone. We just stab them. We don't eat them.
Like that's way too much commitment.
This guy removed his clothes and trying to get us to eat him.
He's pointing at certain parts of himself and running towards us.
He's holding his cheeks open. What's he doing?
Bonsai moon.
He brought his own glass. Just so he could do a bonsai moon for everyone.
I'd be gunning for Freddy first because compared to those other two, I thought he was a fucking poser.
Freddy was?
Just not as nearly as scary as those other two in my estimation. So I'd be looking to take him out first.
Well, who of the 4 of us would be taken out first?
Was that the question?
Yeah, and who would make it out?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was who would be taken out first.
We're all dead meat. It's just how would it go?
Well, one of us is not.
Well, that's right. Who makes it out, if anyone? So
I don't think my chances are great.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Mine are.
I think as a younger man, I would have had more faith in myself. I'm dead meat.
I would just
be like, that's fine. Go ahead.
I'm just more resigned to the fact that something can happen to me.
I would get in that.
When you're younger, you don't think that.
I would get in that amateur wrestling position that you start in and say, "Go ahead."
You would have been Will Ferrell from the Ladies' Man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would get on my hands and my knees and my elbows and be like, "Okay,
all right.
How do you guys want to do this?"
Like you get the first hold.
Yeah. Just get it over with.
Yeah, so Andy and I are gone.
Yeah, we're gone. So it's between you guys.
No, look, I have no self-defense skills whatsoever at this point, so I'd be toast. I think Freddy scares me the most. Actually,
really?
He's quick. Yeah, well, he's quick. He's got that. It's kind of like those zombies that like something about those fast twitch muscles. The other guys seem lumbering, like I could maybe dodge him. But I don't think I could dodge Freddy. He seems fast. But anyways.
That's why you simply put a bullet in his head from afar and just be done with it.
Do we have weapons? Is that?
Yeah, we can make up. We can make that up if you want to. Sure.
No setting was put forth in the question, was it?
No, I think that's
We're
for
not
us
in the
to fill
woods
in.
Or, Andy, how would you get taken out?
Quickly.
I would grab Jason's hand and stab myself repeatedly.
What was his? Oh, he had a machete. Was that his weapon?
Yeah.
Machete. Yeah. So.
What did Michael Myers have? The same thing?
It's a good question.
A knife.
Both of these guys have.
It was a knife, right?
One had like a steak knife. One had a machete. Maybe?
He was armed with William Shatner face.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know. Did we answer the question? I don't even know.
Well, Andy would be taken out first, and I think whoever had the good sense enough to just run away might have a chance at emerging alive. But I think if you tried to, get up on these guys and take them out, it wouldn't end well for any of us.
No. I'd be done before the opening credits.
You'd be the first guy.
And he's the Drew Barrymore character.
Yep. All right, question 3. What is the most scared you have ever been in your entire life? Thanks, guys. Happy Spooktober, and keep up the great work. Thank you, Tanis, very much for your questions and for listening and for being an all-around sweetheart. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanis.
Oh, let's see.
Most scared. I'm going to kind of flip this question on its ear a little bit with my answer.
You can do that.
But it's, I think, relevant. Don't think I've ever been, super scared. Like, when I was a kid, they'd be like, oh, we called the police on you. No, you didn't. Yeah, we did. They're coming. Then you're terrified, right? But in adulthood, the scariest thing is knowing that the most scared I'll ever be hasn't happened yet, and I'm sure it will.
Yeah. That's scary to think about.
Like, things have been pretty steady.
Yeah.
But there's that impending doom that... Wow, this is not a great answer.
Deep, man.
This is deep,
yeah.
But there's that sort of... Whatever is gonna go wrong hasn't yet. So, that's the scariest part for me.
Yeah.
The unknown. Not answering the question very well, but...
No, but we're all deep in thought now.
Because I honestly can't think of a time where I was, legit, terrified or anything.
And it's been a while since I've had one, but the times I've been the most scared was when I just had some random nightmare and you just completely out of sorts and wake up and you think it's real, and that's just that. Other than that, I guess it would be, and it would be the same thing I talked about. Either last episode or the one before, when they gave me that morphine shot when I had the kidney stone. I thought I was gonna fucking die. I was like, you've just killed Chris Lathrop of Pot of Thunder. You just, I thought she overdosed me. When that pain went from 10 to 0 in 3 seconds flat, I thought it was over.
See, when you got your morphine, you thought you were gonna die. I got my morphine. I thought, I'm going to write a really great set of lyrics right now in a few minutes.
Did you?
No.
Did you try?
No, but that's kind of because you're just, that's kind of a joke because,
yeah,
that's the old cliche that people would be on something when it's time to write.
I thought maybe you actually went for it, though.
No, I've been sick where I think I mentioned it before. I've come up with stand-up comedy bits. I thought, I'm going to do stand-up comedy. This is great.
I figured it out.
When you have a fever dream sort of thing like that.
And then you read it a couple days later. You're like, what the hell?
I still have it.
Oh, okay. Well, here we go.
Yeah, I mean, I would...
Cue up the band.
On the surface, first of all, I wanted relief from all that excruciating pain, which, again, kidney stone, if you never had one, the pain is as advertised, trust me. I wanted relief from that, but also, just in general, I'll probably enjoy this. But no, I was freaked out, man. I couldn't believe it. That was extreme for me, so...
Well, I can say, I mean, the opposite of nothing existential like Nick, nothing life-threatening like Chris L. I can just think of something like the closing scene of Carrie, of the original Carrie. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but when the hand pops up, I remember jumping 3 or 4 feet out of my seat.
Wow.
Heart racing. Of course, moments later, you're giggling because you realize you're just watching a movie.
Yeah.
But
it got
I think
you.
if I think of the moment of that I felt like legitimately like completely scared out of my ass. That happened, but that's fun. You know, that's a fun kind of scared.
It's a good, fun scared is good.
Yeah.
Much better than
legit scared.
Fun scared is called being tickled. Right?
Now he's going down a different road.
Isn't that fun scared?
What's scary about being tickled?
No, I'm just saying if it's fun scared, you're taken by surprise. You're not fully in control of your reaction there.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought you were going to give us
not
some...
like... Yeah.
We were waiting for the stand-up. Nick just put his phone away.
Oh, I've got it.
We got to hear something.
Do you really want to hear part of it?
Yes, we want to hear it, don't we? Don't you think?
All right. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to deliver it, but I'll just read what I have here for an idea.
Bring it.
Okay. I guess it kind of fits with Halloween, with creepiness and stuff. So, you guys know entertainers, touring musicians. You hear stories. They've got arrangements with their spouses.
Yeah.
Do what you want while you're on the road, but keep it out of sight. I don't want to see it, kind of thing.
Sure,
You've
I've heard of that.
You know. I feel the same way about spiders in my house. They can live there, even slip out every so often and father 200 kids. I just don't want to see it.
That's not bad. I like it.
I must have. I don't know what I had. I had something when I wrote that.
I think that was better than I thought it was going to be something that didn't even make sense.
No, I don't know. There you go.
That was good.
All right. Your next
done,
life.
Nick.
There it is.
Oh goodness. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Chris Brown of the Dirty Crash, for joining us.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Always a pleasure. Great, another successful Spooktober, by the way. I've listened to all the episodes as I always do.
Thank you.
I listened to them all. And you guys nailed it as usual. And that Dead Kennedy song, kick-ass choice, whoever made that one.
That was Andy.
Thank you.
Good one. Anyways, and this was great too, so thanks for having me.
Thank you. And it wouldn't be Halloween if we didn't go out the same way we did last year. Nick, is there anything you want to say, or do I just hit the button?
I guess since this is only the second time ever playing it, I think it's only the second time.
I think so.
I guess we'll give the story one more time. Next year it'll just be the third annual, and it won't need an introduction. There's a quote from Peter Criss during the filming of Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park, that he did some of his own stunt work. There's a scene down in a dungeon-y setting where he's a couple steps up on a staircase and grabs onto a chandelier with actively lit candles on it. According to Peter Criss, I was on fire for a few minutes. And I apologize in advance, but actually there were a few people last year who said they loved this.
Okay.
So,
all right.
No, I didn't hear any opinions to the contrary, to be honest.
So here it is again in its entirety. Peter Criss on fire, quote unquote, for a few minutes.
Chris, feel free to log off if you don't want to stick around. Here we go.
I gotta stick around for this. Come on.
It's burning hot inside my soul. I'm ready to drop and roll. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Wow! Wow!
Excruciating.
Wow! It's like a fever that won't cool down.
Jesus Christ.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Someone help this man.
You think there'd be someone with a blanket? Or
I remember this now.
You've seen the outtakes. He's yelling blanket. Someone throw a blanket on me.
It's burning hot inside my soul.
Jesus Christ.
At the halfway point.
Yeah. So that's about it. I can imagine.
Those are roaring flames, too, you know.
Nobody could have helped in this time.
Nobody.
Looks like there's no tomorrow.
I'm sure you felt that way.
People just had their cell phones out filming it. They weren't doing anything to help him.
I've never felt this way before.
Well, thank goodness for that.
Yeah. Jesus.
Been there before.
It's like a fever that won't cool down.
Oh, finally.
Oh, there it is.
You're the kind of sugar pop.
Jesus.
Finally. What do they have to go to Ace Hardware and buy an extinguisher?
They couldn't get it off the wall.
Couldn't figure out that clip.
Yeah.
Yeah.